everybody. My name is Erika Buenrostro. I'm your Spanish instructor for Spanish 1014 at UA Casatot. This video is pertaining task 5, where we will be discussing and describing what you'd like to do, and also the verb gustar. Real quickly, I would like to review and remind you that task 4, you can find it under Task 4, and where we discussed the days of the week in Spanish, and then we also learned what words tell us we need to multiply, add, divide, subtract, and also the words equal to, and so forth. So if you have any questions and need a refresher, quick video, please don't hesitate to look at Task 5. In regards to Task 4, in regards to Task 5, once again, we are diving into what we call the verb gustar, and we're also going to be looking at ways to describe what we'd like to do. Our vocabulary for Task 5 includes al aire libre, which means in the open air, cercano, close or nearby, contaminación, pollution, dedicar, to devote time to, disfrutar, to enjoy, ir al cine, to go to the movies, naturaleza, nature, playa, beach, reunirse, to get together, gustar, like. Once again, I want to encourage you to learn these vocabulary words as they are part of your quiz for this Task 5 assignment, and also so that this lesson will be easier to understand as we go through it. All right, let's talk about the verb gustar. The verb gustar is a little different in Spanish. Instead of conjugating gustar like most verbs, for example, I, you, he, she, and etc., it is used with indirect objects. To me, to you, to him, to her. In other words, Spanish speakers do not say, I like the house. Instead, they say something more like, the house is nice to me. Okay, that's if you translate it exactly word for word. That's what it would sound like. When you use the verb gustar, okay, which means to like, there are 3 general patterns depending on whether what you like is a singular noun, a plural noun, or a verb. Okay, once again, when you use the verb gustar, there are 3 general patterns depending on whether what you like is a singular, plural, or a verb. Okay, quick note, the indirect object me, me, te, le, nos, les. Okay, me, te, nos, les. This is plural, this is singular. Agrees with the person who is doing the liking. To me, to you, to him, to us, to them. The verb form gusta is always in the singular when the noun is singular. So if our noun is singular, this is going to be singular as well. In all of the following examples, the sentences are written with the prepositional phrase a mí, a ti, a él, etc. At the beginning of the sentence, this is optional, and most Spanish speakers will say the sentence without the initial prepositional phrase. For example, the singular noun. Okay, so now let's look at some examples to better understand what we just discussed. So, if we say, me gusta la casa, I'm basically saying, we're talking about casa, so I like the house. Okay, so we're basically saying, a mí me gusta la casa. Okay, me en gusta. Okay, the next sentence, let's read it. Te gusta tu abuelo. You like your grandpa. Okay, so it would read, a ti te gusta tu abuelo. In other words, a ti, you. Okay, the next one reads, le gusta la comida. And we're talking about you like the food. Okay, so it would be a usted. The next one reads, le gusta el libro. He likes the book. So we're talking about he likes the book. We're going to say a él. Okay? Okay. Ellas. Sorry, I got ahead. Let's read the sentence. Les gusta el carro. They like the car. So we're talking about they, and it's female in this case. So it's a ellas. If it would have been male or men, it would have been a ellos. Okay? Okay. So once again, if we're saying he, it's a él, you. It's the formal way to say it is a usted. Okay? The informal way is a ti. I like the house. Talking about the one, us, you personally. A mí. So a mí, when you're talking about yourself, a ti. Okay? The informal way. So if you were talking to a friend, you can say a ti. Okay? But yet if you're talking to somebody that's maybe older than you or somebody that you don't know personally, you would say a usted. If you're talking about a he, it's going to be a él. And if you're talking about plural for them, for they, female, it's a ellas. Otherwise, it'd be ellos for men. All right, the verb form gustan is always in the plural when the noun is plural or there are two nouns. Examples, plural noun. So gustan is always plural when the noun is plural. Okay? So if the noun is plural, you're going to use gustan. Okay? All right, so the example that they have is me gustan las casas. I like the houses. Okay? Now it's saying a mí, because it's talking about I, me gustan las casas. We're talking about more than one house. Okay? A ti, excuse me, let's read the sentence without that first. Te gustan tus abuelos. You like your grandpas. Okay? So then it would read, te gustan tus abuelos. If you're talking about you, not formal, a ti te gustan tus abuelos. We're talking about more than one abuelo, so this is going to be gustan. The next one reads, le gustan las comidas. Formal way of saying le gustan, you like the foods. Formal way in Spanish, we said it was usted, so then in this case it's going to be a usted. Since we're talking about more than one food, it's going to be gustan. Okay? All right. The verb form gusta is always in the singular when it is followed by a verb, even if there are many verbs listed. Example, singular with verb. Okay? So an example for that is, a mí me gusta cantar mucho. Me gusta cantar mucho. So it's talking about yourself. So it's, I like to sing at all. Okay. So what did we say? We said that gusta is always in the singular when it is followed by a verb. So this reads, gusta cantar. Cantar is the verb. Okay, so you have to identify in this case what the verb is. Okay, on to the next. Te gusta recibir y escribir cartas, which basically reads you like to receive and write letters. What is our noun? Let's identify our noun. Okay, our noun is cartas. Okay, now let's identify our verb. More than likely it's going to be write and receive, correct? Entonces, in this case, you would use gusta because these are singular. Okay? Alrighty. We're going to show you a couple of videos. I'm going to show you a couple of videos where we're going to try to recognize the vocabulary words, and then we're going to try to catch the word gustar as part of the videos.
Me gustan todos los deportes, pero especialmente la natación. Normalmente nado 2 o 3 veces por semana. Otro deporte que me gusta es el tenis. También me gusta el arte. Me gusta ir a conciertos de rock o a conciertos de música clásica, pero cualquier actividad que yo practique, me gusta hacerla con la gente.
Okay, so when you're listening to this lady talk about what she likes, we can notice here she's using gustan because it's plural. She's talking about more than one sport in this case, so it's going to be plural. And then she says, especially natación, which is swimming. Okay. Gusta is here again. Otro deporte, which means another sport that I like, is tennis. This is singular. It says, also, me gusta el arte. She likes art. Singular. Me gusta ir a conciertos de rock o a conciertos de música clásica. Okay. Me gusta hacerla con la gente que quiero. All right, let's click on another video. Okay, this is Jose, and he's from Mexico, Delicias, Chihuahua.
No, pues me gusta jugar fútbol, me gusta jugar tenis, me gusta pues hacer ejercicio en general. El fútbol me gusta más porque hay con quién jugar más que el fútbol, que el tenis.
All right, Jose is telling us, I like to play football. In Mexico, he's probably referring to soccer. In Mexico, they called soccer football as well. So just kind of an extra lesson there. And then he says, me gusta jugar tenis, which means I like to play tennis. Me gusta, I like. Pues hacer ejercicio en general. In general, I like to exercise. El fútbol me gusta más. I like football more porque hay con quien jugar. Because there's other people to play. Well, it doesn't say people, but it says because there's others to play with. More in football than there is in tennis. And then it says in tennis, I also like, but when there's a lot more people. Okay, so those are your videos. Make sure you take the time to actually review the form of gustar on there. Okay, our practice faces for this week, as well as the previous ones. Once again, I'm going to read those. The whole idea of the practice phrases is for if somebody reads them, or if you were to read them, to catch what those vocabulary words is in the form of gustar that is being used. In this case, number 1 says, me gustan casi todos los deportes. En especial, me encanta el fútbol. Translated to, especially, I like all sports. I especially love soccer. Gustan is actually plural here because we're talking about more than one sport. The next one reads, todos los fines de semana voy al gimnasio a nadar y después a correr. Every weekend I go to the gym to swim and then to run. Okay. Also, we have una vez por semana voy al cine o al teatro. También procuro ir a conciertos y exposiciones de arte, which means once a week we go to the movies. I go to the movies, to the theater, and also try to go to concerts and art exhibitions. Okay, the next one reads, siempre voy a comer fuera con mi familia los domingos. Nos gusta la comida del Medio Oriente y de India. Always go out to eat with my family on Sundays. We like food from the Middle East and India. The last one reads, dedico por lo menos 2 horas diarias para la lectura de novelas, poesía, ensayo y cuento, which translates to I devote at least 2 hours each day to read novels, poetry, essays, and stories. Make sure that you pause this video as needed to try to recognize the form of gustar, gusta, and also the vocabulary of words. Okay. Got a couple of practice exercises for you, and once again, pause the video if needed. Number 1 says, ¿Qué deporte te gusta? ¿Te gusta el básquetbol? And then how would you say that you like your car? Okay, on number 1, the open answer must be a sport. So in other words, ¿Qué deporte te gusta? I would say, me gusta el soccer. Number 2, ¿te gusta el básquetbol? The answer would be yes or no. Number 3 would say, how would you say that you like your car? I would say, a mí me gusta el carro. How would you say that you like your car? A mí me gusta el carro. All right, that is it for Task 5. Once again, discussion board is due this week. Share with us your ideas on Task 5 and also provide feedback to your peer students. And then also don't forget to take the quiz for Task 5 found under Assignment tab, Task Quizzes, and Quiz Task 5. If you have any questions, students, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.